Hey everybody, and welcome to the Good, the Bad, and the Crazy. I'm April, and I'm your crazy for today. So we ended last time at the point where the first letter was received, and we went through all that. Um, but because of my terrible editing, I just want to do a brief little recap on everything. So this is about the Watcher at 657 Boulevard of Westfield, New Jersey. It was the home of Derek and Maria uh, Broadus. Brodus. I think I'm saying it right. I might not be, but I apologize if I'm not. Okay. So it was the same town that she grew up in as a child. It seemed pretty safe. And the house that they had bought was a cool 1.3 mil. They settled into the new house of June 2014, and 3 days later, the letters had started. Just wanted to let you know, little crazies in the background. She's a little fussy right now, but I wanted to get this video out to you guys. So we're just going to go ahead and see if we can get this going and see if she'll let us do it. Okay, so anyway, Derek did go to the mailbox, and after unpackaging and finishing up stuff around the house, and there was the first letter. It seemed pretty innocent. It started off and it was addressed to them as the new owner, but it didn't have any return address. So um, dearest new neighbor at 657 Boulevard, allow me to introduce myself and welcome you to the neighborhood. But the letter didn't continue on so nice. And he continues to say that he has been the subject, that the house has been the subject of his family for decades. Um, and as it approaches its 110th birthday, that he has been put in charge of watching and waiting for the second coming. I never really did understand what that meant. And as I went through the case, I still really don't know what that means. He says that his grandfather watched it in the 1920s and his father watched it in the 60s, and now it was his time. He also goes on to say, do you know what lies in the walls of 657 Boulevard? That also really intrigued me as well. Like what is in the walls of 657 Boulevard? Never really got that either. So what? Then he says, why are you here? And he says something kind of ominous that I will find out. So he also made the comment that how his surveillance on the house had already begun, identifying their family car. He had seen their children running around. Totally creepy, talking about the kids, and that's where I'd be ready to, like, okay, let's go. What's going on here? He made note to wanting to make them paranoid. Talking about the hundreds of cars that pass by and maybe that he's in one. Or he also said about how they can look out of any of the many windows of the house and at all the people who stroll by, and that maybe he is one of those people. Um, and he ended the letter with, welcome, my friends, let the party begin. So it's pretty dark, ominous, not any kind of party I want to be a part of. And it was signed The Watcher. So, like I said before, at this point, not even caring how much I paid for the house, I'd be ready to pack up and leave. So yeah, that's where I ended it before. Like I said, sorry about my editing. Wasn't really the greatest. I'm gonna try and not ever do that again to you guys. So anyway, um, that was the first of many letters that the family would receive. And as soon as Derek talked to his wife Maria, they contacted the people who had sold them the house, and their name was the Woodses. The Woodses did say that they received a letter a few days before they moved out that was also signed the Watcher. Um, as the Brodus's family letter, just like the Brodus's family letter was signed the Watcher. The Woodses didn't think much of it because nothing had similar had happened in the 23 years um, of them owning the house. So Andrea, Mrs. Woods, just threw it out. Hang on one second, guys. Okay, sorry.